Hi everyone, it's Jenny with Joey and Jenny's Little Yellow House. We're on YouTube and Instagram at Joey143Jenny, and we're on Facebook at Joey and Jenny's Little Yellow House. Okay, well today I had a little, I don't know, I think it's kind of a fun project. It's a little bit new for me, and I was thinking about it the other day, and I thought, well, I wonder if you guys would like it too. Anyways, but before I start that, I wanted to show you, I put some signatures together. This is that book cover from the Dollar Tree book that I bought a few Dollar Tree books, and I painted them for the fall season. And then you may remember, if you want, you can go back and see the video, or Instagram and Facebook has some pictures of, I used Joey card makers, September mashup, and I use the Junk Journal Studio for some things for those books. But anyway, so I had the book covers left. I got a little smudge, but that's okay. So I collaged it. I have another one, but I think I put it in my covers, stored it. Anyway, so I collaged it, and then so I'm going to use this, I think, for my mushroom journal. So it's going to be 2 signatures. It has a lot of the Junk Journal Studio in it. There's the mushroom kit. There's the fall bounty that had mushrooms. And then there's some other mushroom pages in it as well. And I wanted to add a couple of ledger papers in case someone uses it for foraging. So I'll be adding those too. But I just thought I'd show you the signatures. They're not sewn in yet. This is just Amazon paper that has been crumbled, kind of wadded up. And then I just took my walnut stain and my vintage photo, took the cap off, and then lightly rubbed over it. And then it just hit the peaks. So that's how that one came about. Okay, and then this is just coffee dyed. The fun thing about this is I could use a lot more of my grungier papers in here. So, because this is, mushrooms can be in a dark place. So this is a page. This particular one was a full page, and I cut it in half and did front and back so that I could put it, both in here, make a little fun little shorty. Lots of journal space. This is one of my botanicals. What do we call that? I don't know. It'll come to me. This is the flip of an envelope, and I just put a little notch here, and then we'll slide, bring that down a little bit, and we'll slide a journal card in there. Another grungy. Yum. This is one of those pages where I split the page. It's on 2 different pages, and I put, part of the digital on one, part on the other. This is from the Graphics Fairy. This is also Junk Journal Studio, as you may remember. This is Fall Bounty. Let's see, did I skip one? Yeah, skipped one. Okay, and then this is the flip side. Here's that envelope. We'll put something in there later. Eco dyeing. Thank you. Somebody must have been yelling it. Maybe my friend Robin was yelling it. So these are Junk Journal Studio combined mushroom kit along with the fall bounty. So yeah, so we're just going along the flip side. Okay, beautiful signature. So here's the second signature. And this particular thing is parchment paper that I use. Let's take it out. You can see it. I use this as a drop for when I'm coffee dyeing, and I've been using the same one over and over. And I thought it would be nice cut up and put in here. I use those for different things. After I get them all nice and stained, I like to use them for different things. Here's another little coffee dyed one. more of the Junk Journal Studio. Here's a paper bag in this one, so that'll be fun to use. We'll do that. We'll cut it open and do something with it. Okay. This one is, I don't know if you can see that. This is one that we dyed using rested water. That was fun. I have to do that again. More Junk Journal Studio. This is just some, what is this? What is that? That is vellum. Vellum that was coffee dyed. This is a little page I sewed together. More coffee dye. And there's the center of that one. And then we just keep going to the back. Here's that little bag and same stuff. Okay, so those are the signatures. So I'll be taking those to my craft retreat, getting them sewn in and hopefully decorated. Hopefully that's the goal. Okay. So my desk is an absolute mess. Okay, so what I'm doing today is I've taken my cereal box. I'm going to cover this side and I'm going to use this side. So I'll show you what I've done. Bring it over here. Okay, so I've got mushrooms from Days Gone By. This is the embellishment kit number 2 on the Junk Journal Studio. And I've cut out the medium size of the mushrooms. And I know you've probably remember me saying I don't like to cut around that light line where it gives you a little bit of a border. A lot of times if you have one of those print and clip or whatever they're called, you know, it uses that. I like to cut right up against it. But for this particular thing, I left it. So you can see here, I left that little border. Okay. So, and what I'm going to do is I have a piece of just scratch paper and I have my cereal box. Oops, that's from another one. Didn't use. Okay, probably have to flip this. So, what I did was I looked for paper that you couldn't see the image through it. So I'm going to glue that down. And we're going to cut out a tag. And then what I did was I made these puffy. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that they're puffy? They're actually standing up a little bit. So they will, you know, create a little bit of thickness in your journal. Lots of dimension. Hope you can see that okay. Lots of dimension. They would also be great as like maybe a you know, a topper or something. You'd have to put a little bit of something behind it to help, you know, add, but you know, but it's fun. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I did to make that. And I don't know that you can see this as good as I'd like for you to, but it's real puffy. It's pillowy. Okay. All right. So here's what I did. First, let's glue this paper down onto here. Let's see. Okay. So, yeah, I hope everybody's having a really good day. I hope you get a chance to craft and, or if you're like me and you don't feel like crafting, you know, you're not up to it, you can watch a video or something. Good news, other than those 2 Etsy shares and a little shopping spree on Amazon, I can't find any other damage I did while I was down with my bag on the pain medicine. So that's it. And like I said, the good thing about the Amazon purchase is I did purchase some more glue, so that's good. I got a Christmas present for someone, so that's good. It's for Joey. I don't want him to hear me. And I also, what else did I get? Oh, I also got a little lamp. So all in all, not bad. Not bad considering what could have happened. Okay. All right, so that's a nice piece left over. Okay, so yeah, so I covered the side that had the box ad on it. This is the inside of the box, but this is going to be our front. And then we're going to put this, I'm going to put it up at the top so it can slide into a pocket. And I think I'm going to grab a little piece of paper or something to put across there. Just looking at my strips. Here's a good one. Let's tear this down. This looks like it was the bottom of a page of something. I'm going to leave that. I like the way that looks, so we'll leave that. But I'm going to... I'll trim it when we're done here. Okay. So, and then we'll finish decorating them once we get them, decide where we're going to put them in the journal, you know, figure out what we need. So I'll leave them a little bit kind of naked right now while we figure all that out. Okay. So another thing, I'm going to stuff this little thing with just cotton ball. It just doesn't take much. I would say you don't need more than one cotton ball per little mushroom. Okay. I think that looks pretty good. Go ahead and cut it off though. Okay. Awesome. Okay. Now, here comes a little bit of the tricky, but it's not super tricky. I am going to use, oops, my art glitter glue. Oh, one thing I do want to do is distress around here. Let's see, I didn't get that one very good right here. So there's that border I was talking about. So you'll see why that's going to kind of come in handy here in a minute. Put a little more ink on there. Okay. And then I like to go ahead and ink a little bit in between them because I'm not going to cut them in between the two or the three mushrooms. So I just give it a little ink in there. Okay. Now, with mine, if you flip it over, you can pretty much see the image. I don't know if you can see that. But oftentimes if you can't, you could hold it up to the light and see, you know, where you're at, where your mushrooms are. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and get everything ready. Get your cotton ball. I just have these little cotton balls here. And I'm just fraying it apart quite a bit. Really don't want any bulk pieces at all. So fray it apart like that. And you can do more as you go. I also have one of my baby wipes here, because you're going to get gluey. And then I have a pencil with an eraser. So let me tell you what I did with this one. So with this one, what I did was kind of like when you applique on something. I glued it down just on the inside of on the rim. I just did glue, and I left this the flattest side open. Then I took some little pieces and I just squished it down in there and made it puffy. Okay, so that worked fine. This one I wanted to do a little differently because it's still not perfect, so maybe this one will be a little bit better, but I wanted it to lay flat. I wanted there to be a definite stem and a definite stem, so I wanted it to lay flat here. So what I did is what I'm going to do now, and that is I'm going to trace. First I'm going to trace the big on the inside of the outline. So I don't know if you can see this, but hopefully as I go, you'll be able to see it. So I'm going to go like this, and I'm just going to trace that mushroom like that. Remove this for a sec. And then I'm just going to take little pieces and I'm going to fill it in. I'm going to try to stay within that so that I can make those stems, you know, work. This is why it's nice to have that little wet wipe, that little baby wipe. Okay, so I want to stay within that border really well, because I really don't want a bunch of cotton coming out. Okay. Okay, so for that one, I think we're probably pretty good. There. Okay. Now I'm going to do this one. I'm going to come down just so you can see. Okay. Okay. Hopefully you can see that a little bit better. Okay, so now I'm going to inline, not outline, inline this little mushroom. Okay, and so can you see that I'm leaving this blank so that hopefully when I flip it over and put it on the other page, that I'm able to distinguish between the two stems. Yeah, it's quite something. You could use, I think you could use polyfill. I'm sure you could. I just don't have any. So I'm just breaking this down a little. That's probably too much. So I'm putting it on there, and then I'm just kind of shaping it into that glue. It's fun. I feel like if I Mod Podged over it, it would even be cooler. Okay. Now I'm going to do this little guy. Doesn't take much for that one. Kind of shape that a little bit. Might be too much. Okay. And a little stem here. Separate them. All right, and then I'm going to fill in this little grass a little bit here, not much because I don't need much there. Just a little base so it's not too super flat, but not much. That might be too much. Okay. There we go. Now, all I'm going to do is just kind of come around here. I just want to make sure that that's defined a little bit so that we can see where one mushroom starts and the other one does, you know, and then the other one starts, which, you know, like I showed you on the first example, I didn't do this. So they're all one big stuffing and it's totally fine. But I wanted to give this a try. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, since I have that done, now I'm going to go in here and put glue because I want that to glue down. You're going to pull up a little bit of cotton. Now I'm going to go around the base, or you know, the outline here. I'm going to outline it. Try to pull everything in if it gets too gooey. All right, there we go. All right, let me get this. And I wanted it up top, so I'm going to set that down. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I just want to get this off real quick so I can have some control. Okay, there we go. I'm going to press it down because I've glued all the way around. A little bit sneaking out. Pressing it down. Let's grab a little paper towel. Okay, now here's where that pencil can come into handy. I'm going to use that eraser and I'm going to press down in between those stems and really give it, you know, that definition between the mushrooms. And that eraser is the perfect little pressure to get this to lay down. Some it's still not quite dry there. Actually, you can, on the other one, you can actually use it to kind of push the stem if you want. So I don't know if you can see the dimension or not, but it's very dimensional. And then you can, you know, like I said, rub this over. I think even Mod Podge would be so cool on it, which I might. I don't know. It's fun. Super fun. So on this one, I think I'm going to just make a big old card or a journal tag. And then down here, we could put some pretty collage paper or whatever. And this, I'm off center, so I'll probably put a number or something there. Sky's the limit, you know. It doesn't have to be mushrooms. You can do this to whatever, strawberries, flowers, whatever. But I like it. I think it's neat. I hope you guys enjoy that. I hope you'll give it a try. Let me know what you think. Oh, I think I probably could. There we go. Yeah, let me know what you think. I'm going to doctor them up when I use them. This one is really full, so it might be really good. Well, this is a good spot somewhere in here. I'll show you. You know where the two signatures bump up? It might not be a bad idea to put one in there somewhere. I don't know. Or maybe tuck it in the back pocket. In there somewhere. I don't know. They're just fun. They're just fun. Okay, everybody. Well, thanks for hanging with me. Thanks for trying this out with me. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you like it. I love it. All right. Have a great rest of the day. Don't forget, we pray blessings over you, and we want you to know you're so loved. We'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.